see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sex.
What was supposed to be a Ducati weekend in Catalunya turned into a nightmare that shocked many. The team that had dominated MotoGP for the past 2 seasons now seemed lost, lacking speed, and even confidence during the race. And for the first time in a long time, Ducati boss Gigi Dall'Igna finally issued a scathing comment after seeing his team's performance completely destroyed in the main race of the 2026 Catalunya season. It all started when Ducati arrived at Catalunya as a strong favorite. Many predicted the track would be a perfect fit for their new 16th GP. However, the reality was very different. From the very first session, the Ducati riders struggled to find rear grip, the bikes were difficult to control when entering fast corners, and stability issues began to emerge consistently throughout the weekend. The disaster culminated in the main race. Francesco Bagnaia, who had tried to push the pace in the early laps, lost control of his bike and crashed heavily. The incident immediately silenced the Ducati garage. Bagnaia, who usually maintains a calm demeanor, looked extremely frustrated upon returning to the paddock. But what was more surprising wasn't just Bagnaia's crash. After the incident, the other Ducati riders were also unable to put up any significant resistance to their rivals. Ducati's pace was completely eclipsed by the dominance of other manufacturers, who displayed far more stability and aggression throughout the race. After the race, Gigi Dall'Igna finally spoke out. Disappointed, he admitted that Ducati made too many mistakes in Catalunya. He said his team lost balance on the bike and failed to properly understand the track conditions. He even stated that Ducati looked like not a winning team in this race. These comments immediately drew attention from the paddock media, as Gigi rarely spoke so harshly about his own team. He emphasized that Ducati cannot continue to rely solely on engine power, as its rivals have developed rapidly, especially in the handling and braking sectors. Many MotoGP observers are beginning to believe that Ducati's dominance is under serious threat this season. Several rival teams now appear to be able to identify the 16th weaknesses, especially during races on technical tracks like Catalunya. Even some rival riders seem to be more comfortable maintaining their tires than Ducati, which began to lose consistency midway through the race. Here's the full story. The 2026 Catalunya MotoGP weekend truly proved to be one of the darkest moments for Ducati in recent years. The team, once known for its track dominance, the fastest bikes and a regular podium finisher, put on a disappointing performance in front of thousands of Catalunya fans. Not only did they fail to win, but Ducati struggled from the start of the session until the end of the main race. This situation ultimately prompted Ducati course CEO Gigi Dall'Igna to speak out in a very strong and disappointed tone. This was already evident during the free practice sessions. The Ducati riders appeared uncomfortable with their bike's characteristics in the long corners of Catalunya. The 16th, usually very aggressive on the straights, appeared difficult to control when entering the technical sections. Several riders even ran wide and lost rear grip repeatedly while trying to push their speed. Meanwhile, rival teams began to show significant improvement. Their bikes appeared more stable in corners and much more consistent in maintaining their tires until the end of the race. This caused Ducati to lose the advantage that had been their main weapon. Despite this, many fans still believed Ducati would rebound when the sprint race and main race began. Moreover, Francesco Bagnaia is known as a rider who is very good at reading the race rhythm. However, the reality turned out to be a major disaster. When the main race began, Bagnaia tried to push from the opening lap to maintain his position at the front. But that pressure actually became the beginning of disaster. With the bike still not fully stable, Bagnaia lost control entering a fast corner and ultimately crashed hard, instantly destroying Ducati's hopes of victory. The incident immediately turned tense in the Ducati garage. The crew was silent, while disappointed faces began to appear clearly in the Ducati red paddock. Bagnaia's crash not only lost crucial points, but also revealed that Ducati was experiencing serious problems that could no longer be hidden. To make matters worse, the performance of the other Ducati riders also failed to be competitive. Not a single Ducati rider was truly able to withstand the pressure from the rival teams. They struggled to maintain a rhythm, lost braking duels, and even appeared unable to maintain rear tire stability several times midway through the race. Previously, Ducati had always been known as the most superior motorcycle in terms of acceleration and race pace. However, in Catalunya, all those advantages seemed to disappear. They looked slow, nervous, and had no answer when their opponents started attacking. After the race, the spotlight immediately turned to Gigi Dall'Igna. And for the first time this season, the Italian made a truly scathing comment on his own team's performance. In a post-race interview, Gigi admitted he was very disappointed with what happened in Catalunya. He said Ducati made too many mistakes from the start of the weekend. From bike setup and strategy choices to tire management, they were considered complete failures. According to him, Ducati had lost its identity as the strongest team in MotoGP. Gigi even openly stated that rival teams had now developed significantly, and that Ducati should not remain comfortable with past dominance. He warned that if Ducati did not immediately address its weaknesses, the 2026 season could turn out to be very difficult. These harsh comments immediately inflamed the MotoGP paddock. Many Italian media outlets called this the first sign of a breakdown in the internal calm within Ducati. Because during their era of dominance, Gigi Dall'Igna was known for rarely openly criticizing the team. MotoGP observers are also beginning to question whether Ducati is losing its way in developing their bike. In recent races, several Ducati riders have increasingly complained about unpredictable handling, especially when tires start to degrade. Furthermore, the pressure on Bagnaia is now even greater. As Ducati's main rider, he was expected to be able to steer the team out of difficult situations. However, the crash in Catalunya has only put him under even more pressure, especially as his main rivals are now closing in on him in the standings. What's most surprising is how Ducati seemed completely unable to fight back in the second race. Usually, they always have a strategy to fight back in the final half of the race. But this time there was no meaningful resistance. The Italian team seemed to have lost their steam, and could only watch their rivals speed away. The MotoGP public is now starting to wonder, was this just another bad weekend? Or is it the beginning of the end of Ducati's dominance in MotoGP? Because one thing was clear at Catalunya 2026. Ducati no longer seemed to be fighting back, feared as before. And when Gigi Dall'Igna finally started to get angry and speak out harshly against his own team, it meant there was a big problem brewing behind the red Ducati garage.